We're going to do a more in-depth assessment right now of where our high tensile electric fencing is, how it fared during a Category 1 Hermine hurricane. Last night, Category 1 hurricane came through the farm. Hurricane Hermine, or Hermine. I'm going with Hermine. Had some damage. That's just the area blocking the progress of the vehicle. And as you can see, 608 Shadowman's enjoying himself. I can tell you right now, we have some damage to the perimeter high tensile fencing. Beautiful little ditty. She snapped that sand pine, blew her right down. Thank God it went that way, because right over here is our kid pen with the doelings. First assessment, no livestock damage or loss, no coops damaged or loss. Everybody's fine as far as livestock goes. Everybody's fine as far as human goes. So we're going to go ahead and do a line assessment on the perimeter and see where we're at. We probably got a good day's work ahead of us, but we should have this electric fence back up and running by day end. Hot, protecting the livestock again. If this were to be a field fence or a barbed wire fence, forget about it. It'd be a weekend. I'm on the south line, and right away the assessment looks pretty good. Could have been a lot worse, but on the south line we did have some come down. We do have a line here that's been popped. The impressive thing about this electric high tensile line is how close you can get to an actual post, and that line gives, and these posts are safe. I'm talking about, you have a post probably 5 foot, you have a downer here. That's a pretty small one, but we have another one there, and you can see the post that's in between still standing. Post is in good shape. The line is popped, a couple of staples, some insulators, and we'll be good to go. In the previous video where we've had some downers, the virtue of high tensile fencing, which I'll put a link, this fence will just pop back, no problem. But I want to go down here and check the springs, see what kind of tension and stretch we have on them. You can see we have our line tensioners. One has blown, so we'll put that back up later today. But the rest of them are under some considerable tension here. But that is the design, to give. And if they pop, so be it. We have protected and saved every single post. So one section of fencing does not take out a whole run. That's the advantage of your high tensile. Even if one of these posts was sheared, we could pull the staples, get this tension back up, and have the fence running, and come back another day and put that post in. It is 10:30 right now, and I'm doing the first assessment. We'll have this thing back up and running easily by 5 o'clock, if not sooner. That's the advantage of this tensile line. You can even tie it with some knots. Got a lot of tension on these lines, but once we buck this off, these lines will pop right back. That's an easy fix. We'll do a joiner knot there, but that's the only line that gave way, is the one that had previously been damaged, and I fixed with a crimp. Fine, right here, sat right next to our charger configuration, so we got lucky there. That could have been a lot worse. Here we have several trees down on the line. They're pretty good size. We'll go ahead and make an assessment and see where we're at. Looks like the neighbor on the next property over lost quite a few trees. So you can see it's pretty good, actually. It's just pushing the fence down. It's not actually a lot of heavy weight on there. A lot of the branches are actually supporting that, so that's probably a 10-inch diameter tree. That won't be a big problem. No splicing or tying or breakage in the lines up around here. It's probably a 30-foot tall tree. Looks like our west line has one downer on it. That's not too bad. This is the heaviest part of this tree, and that's the disadvantage to the sand pines, is they're skinny. They heave and yaw in the wind, and when they go at the root base or snap right in half. Here we are coming up on the last line, which is the north line. It's the one up further is definitely a top that snapped out. Okay, this is a full tree here, and that is a tree top that busted out from somewhere in here. So all in all, pretty good. We're gonna pull up pretty well. Got a full day of chainsawing, that's for damn sure, but the goats will eat the tree tops. Ironically, I had walked this area about 3 weeks ago and looked at this tree and said, man, that tree is just a problem. And here you go, it manifested. Here's another tree top that's down. This is on the interior of the farm. That's a full tree, so it's come down. So there you go. We're getting some natural land clearing done here with the help of Mother Nature and Cat 1, Hermine. Well, here we go. This is just another tree top in relation to the other full tree right there. Again, we'll buck that. That whole thing will pop. And this high tensile electric fence down here, we'll buck this. That'll all pop up. Again, no significant infrastructure damage here. You can see, got a post. This post is in between both. I don't know, we're probably 12, 15 foot to the stress point there, and probably 20, 25 to there. Critical thing, when you put this high tensile electric fencing in, and people will look at you like you're stupid, you're nuts, you're a greenhorn, you don't know what you're doing, but don't let them dissuade you, because they just don't know. But I can tell you right now, with all these heaving and yawing pines and thick woods, and one man and a chainsaw, and I'm not using heavy equipment, this is the way to go, because you're not losing everything. And again, this is a Category 1 hurricane that came ashore. And the other thing is, you gotta, when putting these fences up, you gotta break the mentality of you're building a brick you-know-what house, because you want to take advantage of the stretch the high tensile electric line gives you, and spacing of your posts are what allow that to happen. So, you know, you're going to have posts that can be 30 to 50 yards apart if you have straight flat ground. Basically, the only place we put posts are along the front for aesthetic value, but down the sides and the back, we put them only where we have undulation in the land, so the line will keep its proper spacing as it goes and follows the contour of the land. That's the advantage. When you look at the fencing, that's your number one expense, is all your wooden fence posts. This fence is going to last 30-something years in hurricane country. I got a lot of work to do. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for spending some time with us here on Must Bee Kiddin Farm. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe. That's right, subscribe and come back for your farming fix.